What's good, Josh? Your Boy B-Tal 2006, also known as B-Tal, leaving y'all with this real quick. Well, it ain't gonna be that quick. I'm gonna let y'all know that now. But this is my first actual review video. So I'm doing a review on episode. What episode was this? Let me go look. Sitting right from my TV. Season 7, episode 12 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I hope that you've been actually following the show since you're actually watching this video, because it would make no sense for you to watch this if you have never seen the show, or if you have never seen the show from this season, so you wouldn't even know what's going on. So let's get into season 7, episode 12, Beauties in the Fast Lane. Last episode, they went to Puerto Rico because Demetria McKinney, the girl from House of Pain, the crackhead. So she goes and she has this showcase. And so she's going to be doing like a 30-minute set. And they all get to go because she invited everybody to go. And she pays for the whole trip. They're back from Puerto Rico. And Nene is getting picked up from the airport, I'm guessing, from her husband, Greg. And Greg, I don't know. But yeah, so she gives like this weird giggle when she sees him. She's like, she'd be kissing him all this stuff. I'm like, girl, stop. So she begins to tell Greg about the trip, and she fixes her mouth to say, I didn't feel it because I didn't like the negative energy I was feeling from the girls. Lenithia, you know you bring all the negative energy every time you meet with them girls. So I don't even know what she was talking about. So Cynthia is now at home, and she's talking to Peter and her sister Mallory. After being asked how the trip was, she gives this really stupid, dumb, crazy, mixed up explanation talking about it was fun. Then it was a nightmare. Then there was a lot of shade, and it was really fun. So then she goes and runs her mouth like a little kid and tattles about who Nene's new best friends are, Portia and Phaedra. Who cares? Nobody else at that table did. Now Nene goes on to explain the whole situation about the champagne glass incident, and so when she tells Greg, she asks Claudia if she had a brain. Greg's face. Keep your eyes on the road, sir. Please keep your eyes on the road. So they go to this throwback clip from a couple episodes ago and shows what Claudia's response was. Now Claudia's coming about Nene's dress not being fresh off the runway. Hilarious. Claudia delivers her punches like with no sweat. She never even looks phased. Now Nene, she always looked like somebody that made her mad. She always gotta be loud. I'm like, come on now. Why you gotta be so loud? Calm it down. It ain't that serious. Somebody done came back at you and you ain't ready for it, so just shut it on down. But I must say, when she said that about her dress, I'm looking like she said, this is fresh out the runway, girl. I'm like, no, it ain't. I felt the same way as Claudia. Because I'm like, for one, if they don't make them your size, it's not fresh off the runway. If you got the designer to make you one, then you got the designer to make you one. It wasn't off the runway. We know that your dress was not worn by any model off the runway. Now, the clitoris comment was brought up again. So when Nene tells Greg's face again, ew, I thought you left Nene at home, girl. So Mallory ends up asking Cynthia about that dumb, stupid friend contract from a couple seasons back. That thing was so stupid. Cynthia says, I don't really know what happened to it. I don't even know if she signed it, whatever. Da, 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 da. So Mallory easily finds it in a storage container. Like it was on the top of the box or something. I'm like, you weren't even trying to hide it. See, Cynthia irks me so much. I don't understand her. She's so silly and immature, and she just don't. She's 48, I think, and she don't have nowhere near no 48. Mind you, she doesn't look 48, but still, she acts so stupid, and she grabs that piece of paper and runs and crumbles it up, and then goes burns it, about burns her finger. I'm like, girl, we know you already got like 20 other copies of that thing hidden somewhere. So a couple episodes ago, we found out that Candy and Todd are having trouble with her pregnancy. So she's like, I have a lot of eggs and stuff like that, but I'm not getting pregnant. Maybe something wrong with Todd. So they go to see her OBGYN. Since they feel the problem is Todd, they have him give them a little something in a cup. So the doctor pulls out 3 different size cups. One looked like this. The other one looked like about that small. The other one looked about that small. And then they give him this like little skinny test tube and ask him which one can you fill up. They're like, where the little soldiers at? Over there. There they go. Right there. There they go. Over there. I know he felt awkward because Candy and the doctor were like teasing them and making jokes and whatnot. Just doing the most. I would have been irritated. So the doctor sends Todd into this room called the masturbatorium. That ain't nothing but a bathroom with extra stuff like, you know. Yeah. So now we're in Phaedra's office. Phaedra's mom comes in to visit, and Phaedra tells her that they finally get a set date for Fix it, Jesus. Apollo. Is it me or does Gizmo? Does Apollo look like Gizmo from the Gremlins? I think it's this part around his mouth, like where his hair doesn't grow on his face, and it makes him look like he has the little mouth like that. Yeah, he reminds me of Gizmo a lot. She feels that Apollo must know, but she's really worried about how she's going to explain it to her children, like where he's going to be, because they have no idea what's going on. Meanwhile, Apollo, I'm gonna stop. Is out with the kids, Aiden and Dylan, and they're getting some frozen yogurt. Right, man. I tell you, when I have kids, I want one or at least all of them to be like Aiden. That boy is smart. So even though I'm not a big fan of Apollo, I must say that this scene really did touch me because he goes on to try and see what Aiden thinks happens when adults do bad things. So he asks Aiden how he feels when daddy doesn't come home. The boy said he feels bad and he wants him to stay. So Apollo gives this really great way of saying that he might not be coming home right away. But Aiden says that he will come visit and stay with them forever. I'm like, man, what can you say? Like really, like seriously, what can you say when you know you've done something wrong and your child is gonna have to suffer from it? You know that you have a child and a family that you need to be taking care of. So what makes you go and do something that you know would not be pleasing to your family or could end up in a bad situation like incarceration and your children are 4 and a couple months old and you can't even be there to see them for 8 years? The thing that really touched me was that he realized that Aiden loves him unconditionally. Apollo just needs to make smarter choices so that he doesn't have to have this talk again. All right, so we're back in the Tucker Burris household, right? Katie and Todd have their daughters helping them clean out the cabinets in the pantry and all that stuff so that she can get some healthy food and stock it in there so that she can get healthy so she can have a baby. Especially since they found out that Todd's soldiers are marching strong. Have you ever checked out Miss P's videos on YouTube? If you have not, you need to go look at her channel real quick. But she does this funny impersonation of Candy Burris, where it sounds like every time she's talking, she kind of like in a sing-song way, like. The funny thing about this episode was that Riley told she told Candy that she thinks she's too old to have another baby. What you mean too old, Riley? You know what? Riley is very pretty. I just didn't realize that she was 11 years old. I thought she was older. She is a big 11-year-old. Not like big, but like she's taller than Candy, I guess, because Candy's real short, so that's not really hard. But she talks just like her mama. But she moves her mouth just like her grandmama. You know what I mean? And by that, I mean she doesn't move her mouth at all. She talks just like this. But you know what? I understand where Todd and Candy are coming from. They both have children of their own. They just want something they can call theirs. So they go into trying to name the baby. Now, by the way, they want a boy. And Candy wants a rock star name. And Todd's like, but everybody ain't gonna be like an R&B star or R&B singer. It's like, my baby gonna be an R&B singer. Because if he's short like me and he like his daddy and he got a voice like me, I'm like, let me stop. But you know what? It's really good to see the 4 of them actually trying to become a family. So Cynthia, Kenya, and Claudia are on their little road trip to the Sports One event in Charlotte, North Carolina, I think it was. Cynthia said she invited Phaedra, but wasn't sure if she was actually going to come. So she decided to call her. In the middle of the convo, Phaedra says that she forgot and said that she can't come because she has a crucial dentist appointment and Bible study that evening. Phaedra then asks who all came, and here come Kenya. Gots to be childish. She disconnects the phone call. She then goes to move the cars on the highway. Extra. So they arrive in Charlotte and they're hours late. But Cynthia and Kenya feel that they have to work on Claudia because they want her to look a certain way so she can potentially meet some ballers. So they finally arrive at the event and they see Cordell, Portia's ex-husband. Cordell is Peter's partner in this business. So Kenya, Cynthia, Peter, Cordell, and Claudia are sitting at the table, right? And they find out that Claudia has known Cordell for years, even way before he met Portia. So Kenya, Cynthia, and Peter are trying to hook up Claudia with Cordell. But Claudia isn't really into it because she's like, I work with Portia. That's not right. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, she's classy. I like Claudia. I just can't wait to see next week's episode. They said Apollo's going to turn himself in 4 days. Candy was crying about something. I don't know what she was crying about. And something else is going on. I guess we're going to have to find out next week. I know it's been a while since I've been on YouTube for a minute. I haven't done an actual video of me actually talking to you guys. But I want you guys to at least subscribe, rate, comment, show this on your Facebook page and different groups on Facebook. Tweet it. Do whatever you need to do to get this video out there. I'm trying to make my comeback this year. This is 2015 and I got to make my comeback. So, you know, I'm trying to do everything. I'm trying to do my music. I'm trying to do reviews. I'm trying to do television reviews, music video reviews, actual music reviews, reviews on different products and different stuff. You know, you see I cut my hair. So, yes, it's a new year. So let's go ahead and get this going. I'm excited to do this again. And to the next video, I'll see y'all later. All right.